Hey everyone, back with another review. This one of the newest mind-numbing action blockbuster, Hobbs and Shaw. I was honestly really excited for this movie. It looks stupid, but in the fun sense. Kinda like Aquaman, which was easily one of the most hilarious and entertaining movies of last year. This, however, was not the case. It fucking sucked. The direction was really bad. There were tons of continuity errors, reused shots, and ugly camera work. It was easily some of the laziest directing I've seen all year. It didn't feel like it had any clear vision. It instead felt completely factory made, like the Transformers films. And you're gonna hear me comparing this movie to Transformers a lot because the similarities don't end with just the bad directing. The script was terrible too. The movie tries extremely hard to be funny and almost none of it works. There's some unintentional funny moments here and there, but they're so far and few between, it doesn't warrant spending 2 hours and 15 minutes for. Why is this movie over 2 hours? There's literally no reason for this. The dialogue in this film is pretty unbearable too. They would constantly try to have Hobbs and Shaw quip at each other throughout the movie, and the playground insults got tiring after the first 15 minutes. The story itself is completely pointless, which in a movie this stupid I'd be okay with if they at least entertained me with the action, but no, they fail in that department too. The action was just so utterly boring. Again, this goes back to David Leitch's direction. Everything was shot so cookie-cutter Hollywood action style, and nothing was visually interesting to look at. And I mean, that's not to say crazy stuff doesn't happen in the movie. I mean, The Rock is literally carrying a helicopter by a chain here. But again, the direction doesn't enhance anything that's happening on screen at all, so it's just there and looks completely lifeless. Blasting your crappy stock music soundtrack in the background doesn't help either. To keep with the common theme here, the editing was god-awful too. There would be obvious cutoffs of various sentences throughout the movie, like someone would be talking, and then randomly mid-sentence, boom, it cuts to the next thing. Like for example, in the trailer, you get this line. "Welcome to my island, mother!" But then in the movie, you get this. "Welcome to my island!" Like, what? It's obvious something was missing. Near the end of the movie, they have this huge fight scene in Samoa, and it starts in what looks to be the middle of the night. And then all of a sudden, it's broad daylight? Okay, maybe the sun rose up really quickly that day? But then like 15 minutes later in the movie, it's raining nighttime again? Like, what the hell? You guys seriously couldn't keep the night part consistent? A small positive I have is that the special effects aren't too bad. I mean, it's nothing exceptional, but I was never taken out of the movie because of them, except for a CG fall they had at the end. Overall, this was a drag to get through. Many people are going to be confused as to why I thought Aquaman was way better than this, even though they're both pretty stupid movies. Well, for one, Aquaman was actually fun to watch. It was directed by someone who actually cared, the action was good, and almost anything bad about the movie was made up for with how funny the bad stuff was. This movie didn't have any of that. The action was sleep-inducing, the story was a complete waste of time whenever they went back to it, and it was just boring. The least I could say is that it wasn't completely headache-inducing like the Transformers movies are, but I can easily say I regret buying a ticket to watch this thing. I'm giving Hobbs and Shaw a 2 out of 10. Thanks for watching everyone, and I hope you enjoyed the review. See ya.